Okay, here's question 28 on the foundation calculator paper. Not a lot here apart from the diagram and a bit of writing. Let's read through the question. Here is a solid prism. Okay, so it is a solid shape. The question simply wants us to work out the volume of this prism. And the diagram is not drawn accurately, so there's no point in terms of measuring lines or distances. So the first thing we need to do is think about this in terms of what it is. It's a prism, and on the exam paper, one of the advantages that you have is you're actually given on the formula sheet, right, the volume of a prism is the area of the cross-section times the length. So whenever you see the word prism in any question, you could come back here, have a check, and in this case they want us to work out the volume of the prism, and we have the formula. The volume of the prism is the area of the cross-section times the length. Now how am I going to use that here in this particular question? Well, volume, I'm going to write down that formula. Volume is equal to area of cross section times the length. Now, the cross section is this bit here, the front face. The thing that makes this a prism is if I were to cut it anywhere along the whole shape, it will always be exactly the same all the way through. So the first thing I need to do is to work out the area of that face. How do I do that? That's a compound shape. And if I split that into a rectangle and two rectangles, right? So looking at that shape there, I'm going to draw a sketch of it just down here. So I could do my workings around it. It's almost that sort of L shape. I know that that distance there is 5 centimeters. That's 7 centimeters. I've split it over here. That's 11 centimeters down at the bottom. I'll move this up a bit. That's 4 centimeters. Because that's 5 centimeters and that's 11 centimeters there, that means that this distance here is 6 centimeters. Okay, so the area of that rectangle, I'm going to do this in pen, is going to be 7 times 5, 35 centimeters squared. And the area of that rectangle is going to be length times width, 6 times 4, which is 24 centimeters squared. So what that means is that the area of the cross section is going to be equal to 35 plus 24, which is 59 centimeters squared. So I can actually do the next bit now, because to work out the volume is the area of the cross section, which is 59, times the length, how far back it goes. And the length is going to be 20 centimeters. So I'm going to use the calculator to work this out. 59 times 20 equals 1180. 1180. And there's a space for the answer down at the bottom, and they've already got centimeter cubed down there. So I'm just going to write 1180 in the answer space. Now this is a relatively popular question. There's another one very similar to it previously. Make sure you're familiar with it, make sure you could do it, make sure you can get full marks in it.